pledge allegiance, please. Salute. Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good. Welcome, everyone. We'll start out with the approval of our agenda this evening. Any discussion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Pass. Thank you. Public comment. We don't have any requests for public comment. Do we have anything?
Did you want to? Okay.
All right.
We have-
All right. Can we get the mic to Mike, please? Oh, I'm sorry.
Getting the computer ready.
I should do the same thing. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Hey, how you doing?
See Mr. Ferguson.
I guess this is both off the agenda. It's been requested that there should be a bus stop on the 22 instead of 3rd and 4th Street going southbound and northbound, keeping those for the 46 only. Put a bus stop right there at 6th and 7th Street going northbound, southbound, which is exactly the 3,200 feet that's required for the bus stops. Because currently right now from 3rd Street to California Avenue on Chester is 1.1 miles. And that's kind of far for somebody to walk. There's been a request to have a bus stop for the 21 to stop in front of the senior center on Mount Vernon Avenue.
Okay.
And also, what about the advisory committee?
All right. Thank you, Mike. On your last question, we did have a meeting this past week formulating the advisory committee, and we will be formally presenting to the board in our next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you for asking. Any other public comment? Okay, thank you. Moving on to minutes of the last meeting. Any comment, discussion on that?
Move to approve the minutes from June 7th, 2016.
Have a motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you. Accounts payable check disbursements, any discussion on that? Looking for a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, our first presentation is the adoption of fiscal year by Steve Woods. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. May of this past month, we had the opportunity to present to the board a proposed budget for operating and capital expenses, expenditures. And on June the 7th, we issued the same information as a public hearing. Okay. Got that? Okay. Excuse me. At that time, we had a public hearing on June the 7th to take testimony from the public regarding the proposed budget. We didn't receive any comments. At this point in time, we're requesting the board adopt the proposed budget. There were no changes subsequent to the workshop that we had other than for the commitment we made to the city of Bakersfield. So with that, the total, if you want to go over the numbers real briefly, the brief for the 2016-17 budget is comprised of $28.7 million for operations, $18.3 million for capital projects, totaling $46.9 million. The anticipated revenues will be $5 million from the fare box. Federal Transit Administration funding will be $17.2 million. The Transportation Development Act funding will be $23.9 million. $864,000 with various other sources of income. This will balance the expenditures and both capital and operating expenses. At this point in time, there's no fiscal impact, obviously, but we do need to have a budget approved before we begin the fiscal year 16 to 17. So we're asking that the board adopt the fiscal year 16-17 budget resolution number 2016-06 and authorize the CEO to file and execute TDA with federal funding agreements. And it's up for voice vote.
Any discussion? Lord? Ellie?
Thank you very much, Stephen, for your hard work and all the staff. I think the budget's a good budget. I am happy to see that we're able to fund ongoing improvements in the city of Bakersfield. Obviously, one of our largest projects is our bus replacement program for next year. Hopefully those get bought and in service. I do have one question. I'd like, it's the second year going through this budget process. I'd like to see how we did. I'm fine with the budget as it is. I'd like to see how we did on the 2014-15 budget and see, so I have some frame of reference. Like, yeah, we're going to approve this tonight, but I'd like to go back through and kind of reflect on how this year went, so that as I plan for next year, we can kind of see. It's always interesting. This is always the goal, but we're going to spend exactly the exact amount of money to the dollar that we're going to take in. That's always interesting to me.
We guarantee no profits and no losses.
We spend every time we
try,
and we're going to spend every one we want. If we say we're going to spend, I just think that's interesting. Of course, that's the way it should be done.
Yeah.
But I am curious to see what happens in reality, and like to go back through there and reflect.
We do our best to give you the present projections based on our estimates for the current budget plus the budget information itself. Going back one step, we just add some more information here for comparative purposes.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any other discussion? Looking for a motion for adoption. Is that?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2016-06.
And that's a voice vote, is it?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Do you have a second?
We have a second.
Second.
Thank you.
Director Baldwin,
Aye.
Director Hunter,
Aye.
Director Kirschman,
Yes.
Director Parra.
Yes.
All ayes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Okay, marketing plan, Gina.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Each year, the marketing department develops a plan in association with the board of directors and the management team for the upcoming fiscal year. The plan describes the specific projects and campaigns to achieve the stated goals for the year. Improving community relations was one of the top priorities established by the board for the 16-17 fiscal year. The goal of the marketing plan will be to position the district in the community as an organization that is vital to the community, vital to the economy by providing safe, reliable, and affordable transportation to school, work, and shopping. Mindful that our customers deserve the best possible experience, improving the environment by reducing air pollution and congestion, and providing direct economic benefit to the community through jobs. The success of these initiatives will be measured by a broad-based customer satisfaction and community perception survey that will be conducted in the spring of 2017 and then compared to the one that was conducted in 2015. The second major initiative is to grow revenue and increase ridership, and the success of this will of course be measured by an increase in revenue and hopefully ridership. One component of the plan is the establishment of a community advisory council, which will come before the board at the next board meeting as a separate item, because there are some components that we really want to make sure are presented to the board in detail. The marketing plan was reviewed and approved by the marketing committee.
Okay, thank you, Gina. Discussion, questions? Cindy? The chair of the marketing committee?
Yeah, was there I thought I don't see we're supposed to send out, the minutes are attached to this?
The minutes should be in the agenda, should have been in the agenda.
Okay, it's at the end, I see it. All right, I thought it would be like right after. Yeah, Jim, Director Hunter and I are both on the committee, and we went over the marketing plan with Gina, and I think,
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah,
I just,
all right. You'll pass that to us later?
I can go get that.
All right, well, let's continue on.
we had a few suggestions that I guess we're in a spot where we are not quite sure of the way we are supposed to give our input into the marketing committee. It seems like when it comes to us, it's already a done deal. And so I think there needs to be in the future, maybe we back up a little bit, maybe have a meeting before where we can give some suggestions, and then marketing comes back to us and say, yeah, we can do this or we can't do that because of cost or staff time or whatever. But so we are going to recommend to approve the marketing marketing plan as it is, and I just wanted to say that I think that moving from where we were at before, and how where you've concentrated now in community outreach is a lot better way to put our resources, and so I think that is reflected in this marketing plan.
Oh,
I'd like to see a copy of the marketing plan myself.
Well, that's what I thought. The minutes were. I thought we were going to attach a executive. It's just this executive summary. That's this, and then just the minutes. Okay.
okay, so
That was the direction from the committee.
I thought that the summary was going to be a little bit more detailed, I guess, to what we were actually recommending. I know the rest of the board would have wanted to see some of it, but I guess the executive summary that we're thinking that we're going to get is different than what we're actually getting. I mean, I understand we don't want to send the whole plan to the whole board because that's the reason for the committee, so that they don't have to. But I thought the executive summary was going to be a little bit more. Was that your impression?
yeah, the report you presented to us at the committee, you had bullet points and then a lot of detail for each bullet point.
That was the plan.
Yeah, what we were looking for was the summation of those bullet points without all the detail for a report tonight. Pass out. But you do have a request to send the detailed report. So, shall I'd like to see that. Go ahead with that and send it out to the rest of the board members.
Why don't we postpone it till the next board meeting?
So, let's see. We have a plan. You want to postpone what?
Approving this.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see the executive summary like you thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Have it sent to us so we can go through it. So we're done with any questions or whatever, and we can discuss it. There's no reason for it to go to the committee. So when it comes to the board, it comes to the board and a council. It has all the parts. So why approve something that hasn't come properly to the board?
And I apologize, Gina, if we didn't give the correct, the direction that, both of us were.
Well, these are the points that are in this report. Initiative 1 was to, through the use of community relations, position the district as an organization that has economic value and environmental value and offers a good experience for customers. And then the bullet points are vital to the economy, mindful that our customers deserve the best possible experience and improve the environment. Initiative number 2 is grow revenue and increase ridership by focusing on excellent customer service, increasing volume, and providing service to events. Initiative number 3 is measure the success of the initiatives to improve customer satisfaction and community perception, which would be the survey. And then number 4 is to ensure GET employees understand and support the organization and its mission. And then after...
Excuse me, Gina, what you're reading is not on the report given to us.
Right, yes, yeah.
I don't see it. The issue is that we don't have that
I
summary.
got it right here.
Yes.
Improving community relations,
I'm sorry, maybe we're missing a document.
discussion.
We'll work on it and bring it back at the
Okay.
next meeting.
All right.
Yeah.
I'd like to just maybe reiterate, you see vital to the economy of Bakersfield, providing safe, reliable, affordable transportation. I mean, that's the message. Mindful of our customers deserve the best possible experience. I'd like to know some details on how we're going to approach those things. I mean, those are great words. We can say that's what we're trying to accomplish. But if we're going to have a marketing plan, those are kind of like marketing bullet points. I'd like to know the plan. We're going to be doing that by, putting advertising on the buses, this, or have, multiple times I'm going to be out here doing this community service. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, is to know what the plan is, other than maybe just the strategies of what we're trying to accomplish.
Would you like to be on that committee as well?
No, I don't. I just would like the general knowledge on what the plan is. I mean, I trust the folks on the committee. I think they're going to do a great job.
No, let
But
me
if they can tell me those things, that would be great too. I'm just curious.
Well, let me say that the more I'm a new guy on the marketing committee, and the more I see the work that's being done, I'm very highly impressed. There's a lot of effort and work being done in this plan. And so, to your point, and we did add several points, some additional ideas and so forth to it. What we do need though is the executive outline, the summary of all those bullet points, and it's hard to see it here. The plan that you presented to us, the outline, we need those bullet points as in that format is what I'm asking for.
So you would like the report reformatted into bullet points?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that's what we were looking for.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Any other comments? Thank you. Process for filing complaints. Gina, back to you.
I'll stay here because I'm next, yeah. GET directors requested that staff provide a report regarding the complaint process. There are external components for customers and the public, as well as an internal process to ensure complaints are dealt with in an efficient, effective, and timely manner. We developed a video that we will put on the website and on social media explaining to customers how the process works. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that, and then we'll talk about the internal.
Golden Empire Transit District recognizes that complaints provide a means for improving customer service. We are committed to ensuring that all complaints are handled in an efficient, effective, and timely manner. GET monitors complaints to identify and correct possible problems, and thereby improve the quality of the services we provide to our customers. Complaints can be filed either by calling the Customer Service Department at 661-869-2438 or by using our website at getbus.org. On getbus.org, scroll down to the bottom right corner and click on Contact Us Complaints. This will take you to our Contact Us Complaints comments page, which has our phone number 661-869-2438, and our Email Us Here link. It will also contain our customer service hours and our Get Administration Office address. Complaints are handled confidentially, fairly, and promptly. Get staff is trained to deal with complaints appropriately. When making a complaint, have the following information ready. Explain what happened to prompt the complaint. We will need the following customer information: name, phone number, mailing address, or email address. It is important to report the time of the incident as accurately as possible. If the supervisor has to review several hours of video, the incident may not be found. The location. It is important to know where the incident happened. Please record street signs or cross streets to report with your complaint. The route. Make sure to record which route you were on when the incident occurred. The bus number. This is the 4-digit number located on the outside of the front, side, and back of each bus. Direction. Which way was the bus traveling? North, south, east, or west? Description. If you are calling to report a bus driver, please get a description of him or her. Remember to give your information, such as name, phone number, mailing address, or email address. Remember to explain what happened: the time, the location, the route, the bus number, the direction the bus was going, and a description of the driver. We hope this helps you understand the complaint process. If you have any questions, please call 661-869-2438 and a customer service representative will assist you.
That's outstanding.
Pardon?
That's outstanding.
Thank you.
And Marcon didn't even help you with that, I'm sure.
We did do it internally.
That was excellent.
Thank you. So that's the external, and that will be on our website as well as on social media. And we're actually going to use it, I think, as well with new employees so that they also understand the complaint process. So most complaints, typically complaints come in either via phone or via the website. The majority of them come in by phone to the customer service representatives. They there's a form that they complete, and it is then automatically routed based on the complaint type. It's automatically routed to the correct department. So complaints regarding operations go directly to the operations supervisors and the operations manager. A maintenance would go to maintenance. Customer service complaint would go to me and to Jill Smith. The supervisors review it. If needed, they pull a video, and the videos take over. One of the reasons for timeliness is the videos take over after 7 days. So if you call us after 7 days, we don't have it. They review video if necessary, and then they write on the form what their findings were. Either the complaint was invalid or valid, and in my report you'll note that in the time period of the last quarter we had 63 valid complaints over the 3-month period. And then the complaint forms are archived, so that if someone made a complaint last year and we need to look that up, and it does happen on occasion, we can pull every complaint that someone made and review them for whatever reasons that we might need to. I think that's pretty much what our process is.
On our app, can we put a bug on there that would pull up that information?
You mean the video?
No, just the bullet points of what you need to report.
On your mobile, I don't know the answer to that, but I think so. I'd actually have to talk to Marcom, but I think so. That we probably could.
I'm just thinking that there's a lot to remember.
Right.
And if you have it right there on your mobile, if you have a smartphone,
right,
and you can just hit a thing and then write it down, or if there's a place to, you know, type it in, name, and then even send it, if that's a possibility. But even if all they do out of that is to record there on the spot,
Right.
all the information we want to go to a phone or to get
Right.
to an email address or something, and to send it along, that would be.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check with Marcom on that, because when we do email, so someone will email us and say, I was on the X number bus on the Route 44, and this happened. And as long as we have their email address and or other contact information, then we respond to them and say, you know, we need to call you and get your information, or, you know, give us this information. So we don't have the form set up, and I'm honestly not sure about that, but I will see what we can do. What I'm not clear about is it's in FleetNet, so I'm not sure about then moving it into the FleetNet system. We might have to have someone do it, but that they would have to do it anyway, so yeah. We can do that, absolutely.
The city has a phone app where you can report graffiti, and it essentially functions the same way. It allows you to take a picture of the graffiti, and it has GPS coordinates on it. So whoever that communication goes to knows exactly where the graffiti is and can get it. So I'm certain it can be done. The question is with how much effort and at what cost. So we'll look into that.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
We are getting ready, we have budgeted this year to redesign the website. So there are we've started a list of things that we want to include. So I would say that's one of the ones that we want to include as we look at the redesign. So.
Okay.
Did we just approve technology that would increase the number of days we have in storage for videos?
Yes.
So it's not just
It's not yet been purchased.
Right, but it's going to go beyond
Yes.
7 days.
Yes. We're shooting for 30 days.
I thought so. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments or discussion? Great idea there, Jim. Thank you. Thank you, Gina.
Okay.
All right. May 2016 financial position and results of operations. Steve, back to Steve.
Thank you. This through May 2016. Get on board with the speaker first. Just want to touch base on the statement of net assets. First of all, the cash positions increased a bit because we received some additional funding transferred in from the county. When we increase funds that we haven't spent yet in the operation, you're going to see further down under statement of liabilities and net assets, an item called TDA, deferred revenue. Deferred revenue means funds received in advance of expenses in the operations, and that's what we're clear about. So whenever you see one, typically you'll see an increase in the other as well. It's just a matter of time and circumstance when we go ahead and pay these things. Other than that, one other thing to bring to the board's attention is since the fiscal year is ending in the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing a physical inventory of our parts room and our maintenance facility. And I'll be observing some of that. Some of my other staff will be doing that as well. We have right now, Brown Armstrong's staff is here examining our records. It's doing an interim process at this point in time. They will come back in September to finalize the documents. So we expect to be pretty busy this current week with our activities in June. Okay. Does any board members have any questions regarding the statement of net assets? We'll be doing some adjustments, checking our reserves, make sure that it's sufficiently funded. We'll probably be recording some additional expenses in the general business liability section. We have a couple of significant claims that came in the latter part of this year. So our exposure is $250,000 as our portion to any of those claims. After that, it's all covered by our insurance companies. Okay. If not, we can go into statement of revenue and expenses and changes in net assets. Some good news. you know, we were moving along, and our year-to-date wise revenue is still down compared to the budget, but we did get some sales from the county. So that helped us increase our revenues for the month. If you refer to later on in this report, it'll break out on a month-to-month basis for it. The end result is we're at 4.86% below budget. However, when you compare that to the operating expenses, we're at 9.77% below budget. So that one tends to offset the other. If you obviously go down to the very bottom of the report, our ratios for the year-to-date, 20.45 and 9.56, essentially they would be rounded up to 20, we could get as high as 21 and 10 as far as our performance for this year is concerned. So in light of all the negative issues we've been dealing with, for the most part, we're getting where we have to be. We're still complying with the regulations of the Transportation Development Act. So I just want the board to be aware that we're slightly ahead of where we are for our budget. So I'm looking forward to wrapping things up one more month, and we'll start fresh in July. Are there any questions regarding this? I've got, if you go to page 5, it'll break out some of the details.
I do have just a comment. I just want to congratulate Steve and your team, and I know it's kind of it's an effort by everybody in Kent to get numbers where they are. Expenses being down is great. Just want to congratulate you guys doing a really good job.
I'm just the messenger.
I know, that's why I had to say, it's really a team effort, everybody. I listened to the radio almost a few weeks ago, and I was keen on something. The radio said that the county, you know, they operate the current transit, and it said something that they're trying to meet their 10% fare box recovery ratio, but again this year they failed to get even close.
Yeah, they never make it.
It was just really amazing. So, you know, for us to have paratransit at, you know, close to 10 and us to be over our ratios, our fixed route is really a testament to how good a job you guys are doing.
It's been working well. I mean, we've had ups and downs this whole year in the face of rapid shift in the way we pay. We do get propped up a little bit by the county services. They need our funds, we need their funds, we need their business. And so I think overall it's been working out pretty well. Looking forward to a brighter year next year. I know that you've been working hard on the marketing department plan and program. Hopefully that'll yield some benefits. Looking forward to some new buses. You know, the grants are in process right now, so thank you. I just want to bring the board's attention some of the details, statements in the top part. We have additions of assets that we purchased through the month of May. We just recorded them. And some things that we had budgeted, frankly, it was one we had last year. We had a coin counter that we had 50 years of service on the coin counter, and finally it's time to give up.
I think it was, what was his name?
Other than that, with some miscellaneous other income expenses, we look forward to our agreement with Lamar. I think you're going to find a lot more advertising revenue coming in, as well as some new revenue from sponsorships. So we'll see how that works out. So, do you have any questions regarding the statement? Is there any information you'd like to have?
You know, the thing that impresses me the most about this report is the fare box. It really does. Because that's us, in my opinion, doing everything we can as a company in our community to run a really good company. Because that's fare box. It's the fare box.
Yeah.
It's not outside funds, it's not grants from someplace else. It's us paying attention to the customer that we have and continuing to do so. So I really do appreciate all the hard work that all the departments have done to make this happen. And congratulations to you and your team. I think it's outstanding.
Thank you. Any other questions or any other compliments, I should say?
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, the same thing that Director Baldwin has. It's been a rough time, and you've got other things that are also influencing, you know, the gas prices are lower than they've been in forever. And so to try to convince people to take the bus, it is, and to get, and that it shows that our fare box is going up. And I think that says a lot for the whole team.
We had one little fun thing come through our mail here a day or two ago. PG&E gave us $77,000 in credits for using natural gas. There was some kind of a settlement authority that came out, and there was a core group of customers, large customers, and so we'll be charging against your natural gas expense. That's another credit we're getting for through legal processes, but they recognize we've been over short with them in terms of what we measure to be natural gas purchases versus what they tell us, and this got to even things out. So we're looking forward to that. So.
Mr. Chair, one other thing on this report, the fare box report specifically, is that I appreciate the judicial use of fare increases. It hasn't been on the backs of anybody hard. We've had to do what we've had to do, and it's been a long time since we've done much of that. We may have some more in the future, but I appreciate the board's sensitivity to the people who are writing this to do as little of that as possible, and the great amount of work that the company has done in public relations back to the community and to the writers that help us to communicate with them, because I think it'll just pay off a dividends in the future. It's not that fare box. In the fare box ratio, we're not making that because we're jacking up the rates really high. We've had to move them slightly. And even slightly to some people has been a lot. I understand that, believe me. But I appreciate everyone here at the board being sensitive to that factor as well.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Excellent report. Great work. Concon report, Cindy.
I was just looking at our last meeting was May 19th, so I'm not sure if I may have given him a report since then. So we haven't had another meeting.
There was no meeting in June, or?
There will not be a meeting
Right.
this June,
Okay.
Thursday.
All right. Just as an aside, it is a current college subject. I'm not what am I, an alternate to you? So I received the emails, and there was an email that came out today that Lori, the admin assistant there, sent out a form to all the board members for the evaluation of the executive director. So that's just a point of information. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, high-speed rail update, Karen?
I don't have much to update you on other than to let you know that the monthly meeting of the station stakeholders group for the planning for the F Street station was canceled in June. It was not held. The next one will be on July 14th. And as part of that, we will be providing a bus to take the participants in the station area planning process around to various locations that the consulting team wants to help people see how the development could occur around the station. There's examples like Mill Creek, Baker Street, some other areas where they, picture's worth 1,000 words, so we'll be providing the transportation for that as well as participating in that meeting.
Cindy?
Did we get our hardship letter or?
Yes, thank you for that reminder. That was a couple of weeks ago, and it's, you know, you move on to the next task. Yes, we did send a hardship letter. Have not heard anything back from them. Did not expect to hear anything back from them yet, but we did send a letter. Thank you
And
for
that was
asking.
on the request of the high speed route, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Board committee reports, let's see, we've already talked about the marketing. There were no other board meetings this period. Okay. And that was fine. Future agenda items and board comments. Cindy?
I have no comments at this time.
Thank you. Elliot?
No comments from me either.
Well,
Go figure.
okay. Jim?
I have staff looking into some situations that have come to my attention in the disability community. And CEO sent me an email today, give me an update on that. So I'm sure it'll be part of her report in future board meetings. And I appreciate the quick response from her. The gentleman from Independent Living Center is the one who sent me the original email. They deal with a lot of disabilities in the disability community, not just, I'm pretty much independent, intellectual developmental, but they deal with all sorts of it. And so many of them are wheelchair access people, and they were having some concerns with security and feeling secure on the bus with the tie downs. So CEO King is taking care of that.
Great.
I'm sure it'll be part of her future reports.
Okay. Thank you, Jim. I just have a couple of quick items. I attended the Economic Development, is it corporation or conference? Corporation, the Kern County Economic Development Corporation dinner the other night. Saw you there, Jim, and Karen was there. Excellent opportunity for networking. I developed a couple of leads for potential sponsors for some GET programs like the veteran passes and so forth, and I've reported that turned over to Karen. The other thing that we've done in the last, since our last discussion about it, Jim and I have finalized our review and presented a framework to Karen for the CEO evaluation process, and that'll be coming forward to the board, full board soon. All right. That's all I have. CEO report. Karen.
Surprisingly, I also have no report this evening.
That concludes our public meeting for the evening. We are moving into executive session now. Thank you all for attending.